what made you decide to become a photographer and videographer?
So I might have mentioned this to you before, but and no one, I haven't really. This is kind of cool. It's my first podcast. No one's ever really known about. They just see all the stuff I do over the past
Right,
2 years
right.
I've been doing this.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a short period of time, and I've never got to tell anyone or no one knows. So during COVID, we were all playing video games 20 hours a day, nonstop, Call of Duty,
100%.
whatever you were playing.
Yeah.
And everyone, all these girls and all these guys on Instagram are saying, Rolling Loud's supposed to be today. We miss it. Oh, this concert with Bieber was supposed to go on his Justice tour. He had the weekend going on his After Hours tour, and that all got canceled. People had all these tickets, and I was like, damn, I've only been to like one concert before any of this. My first concert was 2018, Aubrey and the Three Amigos. So that was
Oh,
Drake
wow.
and
Okay.
Migos.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a birthday gift, and we sat first row balcony. It was me and one of my good friends.
Yeah.
And so I was like, these video games are just killing me. I'm getting so bored. So I decided to move into editing. So I started using iMovie as the
Right.
sort of first scale, whether it was on a Mac at my friend's place or just off my phone. So I started making these little YouTube videos, making like animation characters say whatever we wanted to say. So you'd have SpongeBob saying whatever you want him to, and just kind of make jokes out of it.
Yeah.
And I just enjoyed it so much, and I was like, wow, this could be a serious passion. So I started to figure out what was a cool thing for my age, and I always found music to be fascinating. I always listened to it, and I knew it was never going anywhere. So I said, whenever you go to a concert, you see everyone holding their phones in the air and they're all recording. I said,
Engaged.
might as well
Yeah.
get up to the front, like might
Yeah,
as well
yeah.
get up to the front, work with the artists. So
Yeah.
I chose the music industry to start editing for them, and led me to Rolling Loud. I was editing a couple sets for them, and right after COVID, all these record companies were losing a bunch of revenue, and I just started going and saying, hey, do you need someone to help edit? And they were saying,
Yeah.
yeah, we got this tour coming up. So the record companies were really smart. So since they lost a lot of money, they had three artists travel in the same locations,
Mm-hmm.
and they paid for one set, the same set, and they would have the tour management team go from place to place bringing it.
Right.
And they had 4 people on their media staff, and they knew it wasn't enough. So
Wow.
they took me in, had me edit some stuff, and help be an intern for Columbia, and got to kind of know what's like working in a record company,
That's awesome.
which was really cool to just get offered and even just like be around artists of that caliber 6 months in. But there's a cool guy named Declan Kyle. He does all these videos for Tecca, Joe Kenji, all these upcoming artists. And Tecca's a pretty big artist now, but
Yeah.
he kind of got me started with the whole filming aspect. So I was using a Fujifilm HS50 EXR. It's not even a starting video camera, and I was only into videos. And it wasn't even a starting camera. It was maybe like photos here and there, especially not for a darker setting.
I got you.
So I would go to clubs in Montreal, and I moved up here during COVID for school.
Right.
When clubs would open up, I'd say, do you want a free video? Do you want a free video? Do you want a free video? Just to learn how to film in that setting if I really wanted to go into a concert.
Yeah.
So one club hit me up, and they said, yeah, sure, come by. And ended up making a video, kind of blew up, and I was like really surprised because the equipment I was using, the editing software I was using, it was pretty terrible to where I'm at now. And
were you still using iMovie at the time?
No, I wasn't. I was actually using it was
Final
like
Cut.
it was Final Cut kind of, but like it was like pre-designed transitions.
That's
like
wild.
The transitions were already made. You didn't have to do anything crazy. So it was like an extension.
Right.
So from that, I was just kind of like, I want to do a concert. I think I'm decently ready to do it. So Declan Kyle, working with Tecca, said, do you want to film Tecca in Montreal? And I was like, absolutely. So got a wristband, went in, filmed the whole thing with him, Davey Santana, young Chris, and made the video. And that was my first experience. It was the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
And from that, just kind of tore up. But it all started at a club, just like learn how to hold the camera for the first time. And then a month later, I was filming Tecca, which is kind of a wild turnaround.